Right, we are live. So, welcome everybody to round 4 of League of Europe. This is Portimao, this is Portugal. It is obviously Division 2, and we are looking forward to seeing hopefully a little bit more interesting action than D3. That was a bit dull, but I'm probably biased because I came 18th and nowhere. But yeah, how did you get on?
Hello, yeah, I'm here as well. Yeah, I made a very wrong strategy work, so I'm prepared for this one to be ready for some weird strategies. But yeah, not too unhappy. Never thought I would say that about the P4, but can't complain.
And if you guess, you probably might not be able to guess who this is because he's happy with a P4, but it is NSX Montana, who, yeah, I never thought I'd ever hear you say the words "I'm happy with P4," but fair play.
All about the consistency.
Absolutely. But talking of consistency, D2 full of sometimes quite quick drivers that lack it sometimes, and I think if you saw last week at any point, it was a little bit chaotic, but it was a full wet race. So, but Portimao can be if you lack a bit of racecraft, you can very easily tumble into each other here.
Yeah, and I think we could say there's a lot of consistency in terms of terrorism in this team. I don't know if you want to have a little look at the Stewards report from last week and let the viewers know what happened, because
Oh,
that was quite chaotic in Japan. So let's hope for a bit of a cleaner race. We just saw someone leave the session. Hope we can get back in. But yeah, interesting track, and it should definitely be an interesting race as well with strategies and whatever Division 2 offers as usual.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've only got 18 minutes, but I'll try and get through it all. So it was. I mean, the main things here was. I mean, there's a couple of resets to track, but there's a couple of collisions. Chill did some dangerous driving, which probably sounds like him in the real world. Yeah, Chill again with a couple more license points. Larkin and Patuka both having a bit of an issue, and Adamako, who has a quali ban already, which is pretty impressive. To be fair, I feel a bit bad for him because he got most of the points from a reset to track. I've raced Adam somewhere else, and he's a pretty fair driver. So been a bit unlucky, I suspect. But yeah, Tope will be the first person who's going to take us through Portimao. Talk us through a lap of Portimao. Talk us through from your expertise.
All right, my expertise of being completely off the pace. All right, you don't want to get the wall invalidation here. Easy turn one, quite quite tricky if you miss the line. Then into turn whatever this is, you can go a bit wide here. It's not too bad, and then just stay as committed as possible. Believe through this corner into the first sector, and already got a 21.8. Probably see some 0.7s, 0.6s. Tricky hairpin, a lot of different lines. You don't want to touch the curbs too much. You don't really want to accelerate where Topa just did. That was a bit awkward, a bit cringy. Then flat through this one. Oh, not for him. Oh, a lot of sausage. He likes a good old sausage. Then the trickiest traction zone on the planet. Manages that one quite well. Flat here, easy corner. Another corner with very different lines. Some people tend to go really wide. Cut back. Buff the crest. Really easy to lose the light car. Flat through here. A lot of traffic in the last sector over here. Touches the inside curve, interestingly. There's a Haas coming out of nowhere. Manages quite well. Stays tight to the curb, early on the gas. Actually doesn't short shift too much. Does he take the inside curve? No, he avoids it a little bit, then stays close to the line. And we have the first banker lap of the season, that was of the race, and it was quite a decent one. 16.8?
Yeah.
Not too bad. What do you think?
Yeah, I would say that's pretty decent as an opening gambit, and obviously Cross Liam comes over the line 3 tenths slower. I would expect, and Patuka sticks it on provisional. Obviously, there's a hell of a long way to go, and it's only going to tumble down, you suspect. 16.5 seems pretty decent for this division as a banker, to be completely fair.
Ooh. Yeah, but Cuba Killer just killed the top G. It's not a second G. So decent banker laps, I've got to say. 1 second off the banker lap we saw in Division 1, but that was mad. So yeah, decent banker laps. Quite hard track as Chris goes farming somewhere off in the Portuguese Algarves. That's not where he wants to be. What about Chill, the guy with more license points than actual points this season? He's doing alright in the middle sector, coming into the last one. You ideally want to be in the low 51s. Scream doesn't have a quali ban, does he?
I don't believe so. I think he just left
Okay.
the session.
Yeah, he left at the beginning.
Yeah, so Chill's coming around. I mean, Chill's worried a little bit. He is worried about being demoted to D3. So let's see what this time says. I mean, it looks like it's not going to be... Yeah, it's not outrageously bad.
Oh,
That would be
yeah.
absolute. That would be very, very good time in D3, let alone as a first lap. So I think maybe he's exaggerating a little bit.
Yeah, and we also see Aju, whatever you call him,
Yes.
on mediums, interestingly, which I don't really see a point in, but maybe he knows something we don't. Maybe he forgot to choose the 4 softs for quali. So some people are a little bit off sequence life about as well. The Portuguese beast though, on his home track, in Valada's turn 1, I absolutely jinxed him. Alright, anyone else?
Yeah, it's slim pickings. I think most people are now. I'm having a little search myself, and I can't see anyone massively on a lap. As the scream is coming out, the pits. Portuguese Beast, what a great name. I'm amazed that wasn't that. He must be a fairly older gentleman, because surely that is that would have been taken up very early days on PSN, I would have assumed. So, answers in the chat if anyone knows how old Portuguese Beast is, because I suspect he's not young, or he got a PSN when he was about 6. Is my prediction.
Well, not too unlikely with the young guys nowadays. He's still continuing though. He wants to set a banker lap. Joom didn't run out of fuel on his lap for once, but invalidated and did the second lap as well. An invalidation in turn 1. Portuguese Beast 51.6, so he should just sort out ahead of Chill if the lap actually counted, and he decides to have a little snap, and he probably pits after that unless he really wants a delta. No, into the pits both Ferraris you will go.
So Lifebout will be one of the few to. It's a bit out of sequence, but I don't think that's a massive problem. It's such a short track. You probably only if you're going to pick 4 softs, you're going to do 3 runs. I dare say most people. So he will start the lap, and I'm going to ride on board with him a little bit in quali, because I think it's probably a little bit more interesting when you're looking at laps in a vacuum. Looks fairly tidy to me, as you'd expect from the championship leader, who's got a 15-point advantage over June, which is Darry. That is not a name I was expecting to see on provisional poll at any point. No disrespect meant, but quality has never tended to be one of his strong points whenever I've raced him. So good lap, 16.4 for this division. I imagine the poll time's going to get around, what do you reckon, 16 flat if someone really pulls it out the bag?
Yeah, really hard to tell how much caution there were like in the banker laps, but probably a 0.1, 0.0. If someone gets a little toe, maybe a 0.9, but yeah, low 16 should be expected.
Lifebout isn't short shifting as much as I would anticipate round here. I would have thought that would be something you'd do more of, but let's see if I'm completely off key. Probably not. I don't know. Seemed like he was sometimes in too high of a gear in 1 or 2 of those corners for my liking.
Yeah, you can't really get the acceleration with the high gears out of some corners. Scream up to P5. He's doing quite well this season in terms of race results, just stays out of trouble mostly.
Yeah.
What else do we have? Not really anyone on a big lap. I can see Coxie is in the first sector now, absolutely sending it. Oh, I'm so glad he's not in Division 1 anymore, but he can live his life in D2. Let's see his first sector, does he get into the 6s? No, 0.8, but still purple, at least that's what the game says.
I think he's very surprised if that's not a glitch. Surely someone's gone a bit quicker, especially if they've done a 16.4. Oh, that's way too much curve. And this is awkward now, because I have a feeling we're going to predict a spin. I feel like he's going to push too hard, which is because I suspect he's probably not up on his time. Oh, wow. Even with that moment, he is marginally up.
It's on a 0.8 though, but yeah, that curve is not one you want to take. We saw a couple of guys already taking that one. The sausages are really favoured tonight, I think. Let's see, he didn't spin yet, so he managed to to keep it on track. Probably going to improve a little bit in the last sector, but oh yeah, decent last sector, so there's a lot more timing done.
Yeah, now it's just a case of seeing who can get over the line. Portugal's Beast is starting a lap, as we have an Alfa Romeo which is also starting a lap. So I think because Lifeout's a bit out of sequence, this might be a naturally quieter time. Ennis with an invalidated lap, and then we have Luke again. Killer. Yeah, also Killer. So Killer is improving. He's on effectively provisional pole if he does the exact same lap as he did last time, but it seems to be this should be an improvement unless he's done something outrageous in the last corner.
Yeah, it should put him up there with a 0.3, maybe a 0.2. Yeah, low 0.3. That's a decent second bank enough for him. That's gonna give him some confidence to push. Alex the G not really improving on his lap. Lucas though almost a 10th up on his PB in the first sector.
Okay, so looking fairly good here. The chap he's been in D3 a lot of his life in LOE. He seems to have found just every game he seems to find more pace, and he's proving it here as well. A little bit of a moment on the exit, but I don't think that's going to cost him tons.
Yeah, it seems alright. If he can keep the tire temps here, is he going to get a little toe maybe up that Alpha Tower ahead of him? Probably, yeah, he will. Maybe slightly. Takes the inside curve, nicely done. Just has to imagine this is formation lap. He's always the quickest one around the formation lap. Crossed the line. Oh, he lost in the last. He lost a little bit of time in the last one. Probably got a bit nervous.
Yeah, that was not the best as an end of his lap. As Patuta liked this. Oh, basically the same time. He was taking the inside line, so I thought that might have been an improvement, but unfortunately it wasn't. We've only got one Red Bull today, so if there's any safety cars, that might actually help Killer. As Portuguese, Joom is coming over, so this is someone I really want to see what they're going to be about, because obviously they're in the title fight from very early stages. Wow! I mean, I'm going to ask you, in your opinion, I'm seeing two very well-known pad wizards on 1 and 2. Is this a pad track?
Oh, thank you very much for that beautiful beautiful layover. Yeah, it's obviously a pad or P track. Just have to mention that, and ABS is also really bad here, really bad. No, but jokes aside, really tricky traction zones, always favouring the pad a little bit. Have to see how that affects in the race. Should be a little bit of an advantage maybe as well in terms of consistency, but yeah, certainly no disadvantage for them.
And the Chills teammate, Adu1417, which is also my Wi-Fi code, goes up to 13.
Yeah, I'm really curious about Enes as well. He was quick in pre-season and he was running ridiculously low wings. But no lap time from him and the Portuguese Beast, who's again out on track. He's going to throw every soft tire he has at this, but he's under pressure now on his home circuit.
Yeah, this is... I think one thing that people are forgetting as well is there's a 2-stage tyre difference. Oh, wow, scream!
Okay. That's out of nowhere.
That is impressive, as we've got Lifebout coming round as well. Obviously, championship leader. This is going to put him, I suspect, around offside Nova. Yeah. Wow. So close. As Tote manages to split the two of them. But Lifebout in 7th, not what I wouldn't have necessarily anticipated that from him so far. So I wonder if there's just, I mean, it is very tight. 4 attempts around here. There's lots of places to make mistakes and to make quite big improvements, I suspect, even with these guys. So, not all over at all. You've got to fancy that someone like Killer and Duke, I mean, I think the screen is also on pad, unless I'm big time mistaken. So yeah, I mean, this is it's proven to be one of those tracks as offside. I've no idea what inputs he's on. I would suspect wheel. Yeah.
He's been on wheels since F1 2017, where I drove against him in my first league. Good times.
I figured he was wheel, just because of how long he's played the game. I would have been surprised, but and also seeing some of his inputs, not tons of them. But yes, so you can obviously catch him in D1, doing the commentary over there. Very, very accomplished commentator, really nice guy as well. So always enjoy rooting for him.
Yeah, sometimes. Portuguese piece finally gets a lap together. Maybe his last one though. But puts it up to P3. That's a really good recovery. Ferraris from the last row of the grid jump up to P2, P3 provisionally. I think that's qualifying over for him. Also, might get one more lap in, but will be close. As Chill almost spins on his outlap. That would have been a clip and a half for my Twitter, but we still got a couple of laps in the race for that.
I mean, if he really put his foot down Portuguese beats, he could go back, but he doesn't look like he has any interest in doing that. So I suspect he is done for the day. But outside Nova, again, it really does depend on tyres here. I mean, again, I don't think we're giving his masses away. These guys get to have the privilege of seeing D1 and D3 mess up or do well with strategy. So I don't think it's a sin to talk about it. It seems to be a little bit like it's probably, from what I could see, soft medium or soft hard. I couldn't really work out which one it would, or hard soft or hard medium.
Soft medium.
Soft medium. Okay. Yeah. No, sorry.
That was the annoying bit. The soft one was just undercutting, and then the mediums didn't really drop. But we'll see. We'll see a couple of different approaches probably again, and of course safety cars.
This is it. I mean, what's really interesting is if you go, I suppose the hards can pretty much go the whole race, I would assume. I didn't go near them myself, but I would imagine near enough. The mediums could go quite a long way into the race, and the softs did as well. The softs really surprised me. They can go a while, but I think there was definitely a performance drop-off.
Yeah, also in the race, obviously we got the C0 tyre here with the hearts. But they're not really that bad, but they're also not that durable, so it's a bit awkward. So we'll see, the outside can't make it in time, so it's probably done for him as well. I think Chill and Enos and Wesker are the ones on the laps right now.
Yes. So Wesker is the furthest man up the road, as he is flying around. He needs probably a decent performance here. Quite a quick, fairly quick drive. Oh, that's gone.
The shit out of him.
Oof. That was a nasty moment. Chill was also invalidated, so we'll go back to Ennis.
Yeah, let's see, his first sector wasn't, as we say in Switzerland and Germany, the yellow from the egg. So, 52.4, he's definitely not enjoying this track. Is he running his ridiculously low wings again for the race? We'll see. Wesker as well from that position is going to be tough for his first top 5, but maybe next week. Alright, Aenis to the line. Is he going to put the P in front of it? Probably not. To the line he comes. Yeah, he's in quite low wings, I think.
Sure.
But it keeps him down there. 1.6 off pole at the moment.
That is brutal. I think Luke might be... Luke is way down. I thought Luke might be one of the first back over the line, but I have to search for the lead runner.
Luke is not going to make it with the ERS. Oh, look, that's probably done for Luke. He was up there, but now he's...
Oh yeah, that's that.
Yeah, he can't make it in time. Oh, shocking.
Portuguese Beast obviously was gone anyway. He's got a red ball coming around. This might be Killer's last go at it. He is going to come over the line. This is a lap in anger. Wow! Clutch!
Drew him invalid. And was invalidated lap.
Oh, Chris, what a lap. I just caught the end of him.
Wow.
That is incredible. As Chill coming over. This is not going to be anything, I don't think. No.
Alex the G on 4.9.
Oh,
just about, but puts it on pole. Look how close it is.
This is
Anyone
insane.
else? Lifeboat is still on a good one as well.
Oh, he was. I just cut to him, and it was unfortunate. Cross Liam is up. This might jump him above Chill, but probably no one else, realistically. That's what happens.
Wow, what a quality.
Very, very quick. I mean, you hit the nail on the head. A 0 or a 0.1. I mean, and there's 4 of them. Well, I mean, there's 7 of them really that you could throw a blanket over. It's absolutely crazy. And someone like Luke is going to kick himself. Oh no, that's such a.
How?
Yeah, this is
But
clearly.
that's stupid. Why did he not pit? Why did Portuguese not pit?
Well, that is also true, but let's keep an eye on what they do.
He had no time. He had no time to do anything. So why did he not just pit and? What? Yeah, well, that's unnecessary.
That is not what you needed. But Alex the G, wow,
Top G.
what a lap! And then obviously Killer in second. The Alfa Romeo VT8 Chris in third. The Scream Doom Portuguese Beast, who, yeah, it'd be interesting to see what they do actually, and if this is going to go ahead. Or Oside Nova, Taupe, and Davy. They always seem to be around each other in whatever division they're in. Luke with a flag that is from, I think, Nicaragua. Lifebout Coxey, AJU, Patuka, Crossliam, Chill, Wesker, Ennis, and obviously Adamako with that Qualibam. But that is a mixed up grid.
It is, and it could have been anyone from the top 7. As you said, you can throw a blanket over them. Well, maybe quite a big blanket because it needs some space for Oside's ego. But yeah, quite close quality. But the question is wings and race pace. How is that going to play out? Because the race feels completely different to qualifying here. Could be quick in quali, slow in race, quick in both. I'm not sure who went for a quali setup and didn't. We got migrating host.
Yeah, it's a restart. I think if we just hang in here for a bit, because otherwise they're going to be just staring at a screen, would be my take. But yeah, we can commentate on a ghost race. This will be fun. Although maybe if we leave, they'll probably get the idea. If anyone hangs around, we'll I suppose we can leave one of the last to go. But that changes a hell of a lot, because now anyone that saved those extra set of softs or used a softer choice, obviously they're not going to be massively happy from it. But yeah.
And the penalty was kinda not deserved, but it was unnecessary. So yeah, I'm surprised there's a reason for that, to be honest.
I think maybe that's an interesting thing to bring up as a suggestion. I definitely think I might, in the sense of, don't go over the line, rather than go into the pits. Go into the pits if you can't set a time. Obviously, for someone like Luke, who, the cars have just gone. Is that all the cars that have disconnected? No, it's not. It's just. I think a few people.
It's not looking that much different to what it's going to look like in a couple of minutes. Oh my god! I just Alfa Romeo fly into oblivion.
I think people might be having a little bit of fun here. Let's have a look what Scream does here. Scream is going to someone's getting murdered. Oh no, they've taken the short track. Well, at least having a little bit of fun. But yeah, I will stop encouraging this naughtiness and leave myself. So it's no longer broadcasted. But yeah, I mean, obviously, it might change a few little things here. Nothing massive. It's not as crazy as, if it was a wet race and people's wings are all different and that side of things. But yeah, it's still not ideal if you saved a set of softs, is it?
Yeah, well, yeah, especially when there's safety car coming in as well, maybe late on, and some people have more fresh softs, some people have used softs. That's gonna be a bit annoying for them. But it is what it is. And do we know if the race is dry? Did you see any? Are you in a Division 2 chats or anything?
Yeah, I didn't. I haven't seen anything to suggest it was anything other than dry. Not in the main chats, not in anywhere else, like not the YouTube video. So I would suspect it is completely dry. I think there's a very low rain threshold here as well, isn't there? From memory.
Ooh, you could say it's always 50-50, either it rains or not.
Where is? See, the good thing is Jill is one of the more efficient people who has like invites set up. So normally, there we go. Killer's invited, but yeah, he has like a little group, obviously, that invites everyone from. So, which is something I need to do for D3. It's one of my tasks for tomorrow. But yeah, it will be interesting to see because the gaps are so small. I do wonder if this is going to be carnage. It's going to be about racecraft, isn't it? I think.
Racecraft, some smart driving, not wasting the battery, and just the right strategy and a bit of luck, as of usual. I suspect we can expect at least one or two safety cars. Quite tricky traction zones, as I demonstrated for us in Division 1. Still a bit fishy, that safety car, though, not gonna lie. But yeah, also the undercuts are huge, absolutely huge. So yeah, you have to be careful with how you plan the strategy, really, and what tires is the best at what stage. But yeah, it's a really awkward track for that.
We actually have somehow. Oh my lord. D4 also has a restart. I just thought I'd see if I could give anyone a cheeky update on D4, but unfortunately half of them have got disqualified or there's DNFs on the formation lap. So it
Oh,
seems like,
again?
yeah, it seems like the formation lap is a bit of an error, bit of an
It
issue.
was fixed though. Like Cody said, they fixed it. It was an update. Oh
Yeah,
god.
yeah, they've somehow managed it. I'm not entirely sure what's happened, but um, I'm just trying to join the session actually. I had an issue last time. Oh no, I'm back. I'm in. That is good stuff. So we're still waiting on 3 people or 2. Did we start with 19 or did we start with?
We started with 19? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Just the
So we're
one
waiting on
Ripple
2.
missing.
Yeah, yeah. So we're starting. Yeah, so we just need 2 more and then we can get back underway. Um, it looks like Ennis wants to order Nando's though, so he just needs 5 minutes, which I'm sure will go down well.
Classic.
So someone does keep disconnecting, which is not particularly helpful. So let's call out the rubbish Wi-Fi, shall we? Luke, you're not actually in Nicaragua. You are based in the UK, and you've got, from what I can see, a bad connection. Sort it out.
Yeah, his connection's like from a McDonald's Wi-Fi or something. Absolutely shocking.
Absolutely. Yeah, this is. Everyone else for me is completely green, which is quite promising. Even someone as far away as, I'm trying to think who would be the furthest away from me. Probably Chris, if he's actually based in Bulgaria. So shout out to him.
Yeah. Patuka probably in Finland though, depending.
Yeah, yeah.
Completely.
It's going to be one of those two. We've got everyone in, which is really positive. Everyone is in, so there shouldn't be too much of a delay, and then we can get going.
Well, we need to trust Chill to be able to figure out the grid and how to set the grid, so it'd be interesting if he can manage it or if he get another restart. You never know.
I'm just going to say that the D4 guys had the glitch. I'm actually putting it in the chat.
Back to no formation lab we go.
See
It's been
what?
nice for 2 weeks.
Yeah, formation. So, yeah, I thought that might be sensible to point out, but I don't know. The Portuguese beast is a very nice chap. I think he was very grateful for the restart, and he got kicked, and he said, "If I get kicked again, just um, crack on about me." But yeah, they're going to turn off the formation app, which I think is a good shout. Should have thought of saying that a little bit sooner than I did. But, does that cause your tyres to go down to complete minimum, or will they be in an ideal window?
When there's no formation lab?
Yeah.
I think they're somewhat warm, about 85 to 90 degrees.
Oh,
I think
okay.
around 85. So yeah, they're not ice cold. Not like you get disqualified on the formation lab, so it's fine. just a bit hard, especially now with a big break between quali and the race, and then you just jump in straight away.
Yeah,
It's programmed carnage, isn't it?
Yeah, this is brutal, and not everyone is going to read the chat as well, which
Yep.
doesn't make it easier. But yeah, I mean, hopefully they do. I mean, they're both given the warning, so here's hoping that someone doesn't get caught short, particularly if they're in the mid pack, because that can cause absolute carnage potentially.
At least Luke won't be in trouble. He's usually really ready on that formation up. So I'll just go flat out anyways. Maybe he realizes it's not the formation up. So yeah, good stuff.
So yeah, let's see if someone does miss that message, because I bet someone will somehow.
100%. 100%.
But yeah, so
we're going.
we are off. We're gonna not have tons of time. So I'm going to ask you your predictions now for your top three. Who do you think is going to be the top three today?
Chill P1. No, not in a million years. Alex the G P1, Scream P2, and let's say Taupe P3. Is that the German 1, 2, 3? Probably. I'll go with that.
I will go. I'm going to have a feeling that I suspect. I think Killer might win this. I think I'm going to go Killer, Portuguese Beast in P2, and then Alex the G in P3. I don't have faith in Doom being patient enough for so many laps.
Or he's gonna run out of fuel, you never know.
So yes, hopefully everyone remembers the setup. That is the other big issue.
Oh, yep.
If anyone's listening, remember your setup and try not to ready up so quick. Or do if you've got it done really quick so you can put everyone else at a disadvantage. Please don't do that. But yeah.
You're gonna be quick with the layout once the timer starts going. I can tell you it's a real rush to get everything up in time for the start. Alright. Who's leading in turn 1?
Who is leading in turn 1? I think. Oh, me. He's going to go 4, 5. And here we go. We're straight in. No formation lap. Alex the G gets us off and running. Looks like a pretty decent start. Killer gets a bit caught short. Chris is going to be on the outside of him, but he will have the inside line, which is normally pretty important there as they go wheel to wheel. And there seems to be... Yeah, Luke, unfortunately, there's normally a victim in turn 1 in this place. But there's only seems to be one, which is a pretty positive thing, as Chris is all over the back and even the side of Killer as he dives it down into turn 1. And Cross Liam, corner cut in 2 places, gained 5-second pen. No issue. And Doom with a fantastic start up into P4 already. As Cross Liam, yeah, I mean, he was right down the back, I thought, and now he seems to be not down the back for whatever reason, as he seems to have had an issue as well. Yeah, gave those places back too late.
Oh, and a lot of side-by-side action in the middle sector. Luke a bit unlucky, and the Portuguese Beast also at the back now. As Larry goes around, oh, that's just disgusting. Yeah, that's him gone into the gravel and grass. Any other victims? Not really.
No.
It's a complete lap 1, and Alex the G stays on top for lap 1. Scream didn't really fight it. He's on the mediums. He's on the alternate strategy, which will be painful for him, I can tell you that. But otherwise, we're still quite fine as Coxie thinks about a move on Tope, but turn 1 is a really ambitious one as the Weissman passport loses a place.
Yeah. Oh, as he seems to get a much better exit though, so he's going to stick it up the inside. Doesn't work though. That was really, really good. Good work. As he
Coxie down the inside of Taupe, the Ariel switch into the hairpin. Yeah, the softs are really quick for 3-4 laps. Then the medium should be about equal all the way through the stint, maybe a bit quicker. The hards just never get quick, really.
I think hards are for people that are worried about temperatures, would be my take. But yeah, they're not a good tyre from all accounts. So
really glad we restarted for the Portuguese Beast though.
Oh,
It was
God,
probably
love.
off better. It was probably off better than starting with around P11 or something.
Oh,
All right.
what a nightmare.
Yeah. What a nightmare for him. Into the pits, near front wing maybe as well. So he needs a safety car, which is not too unlikely. No changes now. Top 8 have separated themselves from the hard running offside. He loves a little bit of a hard run sometimes. Alright, Petuka, can he get past? He uses all the battery. Oh, he's already low on that battery. He's gonna suffer. 19.2, that's a decent pace at the front. So they're really pushing.
Should be fairly easy with the softer tyre compound. Offside doesn't make it too hard on him, and now Offside will hope to just settle into this race and not go backwards, because there's plenty of people around him doing the same thing. It's June.
Chris?
What has happened here? He's taken
a
this.
technical issue?
Oh no! I mean, that's an interesting. Yeah, that's what has gone on. I think
wheel pads, something like that.
It must be TV. I don't know. he's back. Whatever it is. Oh no, that looks like he's lost something on his wheel to me.
Looks like he's on path to me. Or maybe I'm crazy. Maybe he's had to switch from one device to the other. Who knows? He's going at pace again now. That's really odd. I thought that would be a strategy. And
so strange.
Oh, it was frustrating. It was a decent position as well.
Yeah.
Just wide. Yeah, he has some issue with something. Can't quite pinpoint what it is. Can you not get on the brakes 100% maybe? Yeah, something like that. But I think we got a lead change in a second. Just about not killers and tries to stay behind. All on quite similar batteries. And Tope is the last one on the train. Chris into the pits. He's gonna retire.
I wonder if he had rear wing or something, and he just bizarre. Maybe there was an incident where we missed out with June potentially. Because they were quite close, but no idea at this point, to be completely honest. But the top 7 have just gone, haven't they? Realistically, I mean, Tope is kind of hanging on a little bit as Liam does get past Offside Nova. We will want to stem the bleeding a little bit, but he won't be that bothered about Liam getting past him, obviously, for those 5 seconds.
Yeah, well, as Offside is really struggling on those halves. You can see how slow they are. And they're not really going to get better anytime soon. So yeah, the lead 7 are gone for the moment. It's going to be hard to catch them. Oh, as Adriel down the inside there, that's ambitious. Also, just has nothing for it. Is he going to dive it down the inside? Nope, stays behind. Tries to lose as little time as possible as he gives him a little kiss. No damage done, but all the hard runners are together with each other, so they can all struggle together at least. So Killer surely has to go for the move now. Can't really do anything else. He doesn't even have to use ERS. Past he goes.
Yeah.
Let's see how long Scream is going to stay behind and when he's going to strike on his tires.
Yeah, because I guess. Oh, as we have a yellow, and that it looks to be Darry. Yeah, it's Darry.
Yeah, Darry.
Struggle. I've saw so many people in D3 struggle with that. Just the point of putting traction down around there. Bizarre.
Life out in the back of Scream. That might have been damage, and now it's all going to get awkward. Coxie,
that's brave.
Getting a bit claustrophobic watching that. You can see the different lines through here. I think Lifeboat has cooked his rear tyres, and that's going to be hard to recover, I can tell you that.
Yeah, there's not much let off, particularly around this part of the track either. It's only going to probably get worse before it gets better. And Coxie might get frustrated here if he's not careful. He needs to, well, he either needs to get past them or be patient, but don't do one of the things in the middle, which is make contact.
Lifeboat has no grip. Yeah, it should be an easy move for Coxie if he pushes. Lifeboat pressing that button like there's no tomorrow, though, so he's good for now. No lead change this lap. Droom is getting really interested in that P2, as I think Luke is making some progress. Probably on this lap as well.
Yeah, he should get past Alamako fairly easily. He's already gone past him, to be fair. There seems to be something happening ahead.
Ooh. Lead change.
Wow.
How? Into turn 3.
The Killer must have lost it, and I can almost think that has happened because Doom has also gained on him down there. Obviously, he did have a bit of DRS as well, but oh, it's getting so. I mean, literally, it looks like a formation lap that we didn't have. The top 7, they're just flying around nose to tail. Taupe getting a little bit. I mean, funny enough, Taupe and the Scream. There's an argument to be said that they're probably, you know, doing the best out of the 7 in a very strange way. The only issue they have is they're going to have to go long, and obviously the undercut in this game is crazy.
Yeah, and then the softs won't really be that much better for the rest of the race, but as we said, maybe a late safety car. Well, yeah, Killer must have made a mistake. He lost over a second to his PV in the first sector, so there was some kind of issue. As Wesker, you're not going to get P5 with that, mate. Aston Martin's again not having a great race so far.
No.
As Killer, is he going to go for it? He has to, because Droom is close as well. On the outside, Coxie is now past Lifeboat, so that's gone. I can't watch that. I can't watch it.
Oh, and the Scream is getting interested on June.
Yeah, and Droom as well, into the back of G.
They're almost forcing each other, aren't they? They're forcing each other to have to make moves because they're all using.
Scream down the inside. Should be an easy move into the hairpin. Droom is not going to fight it on the outside. Kinda is. He is. Oh, he gets the exit. They can't decide after you, sir. No, after you. Can he do the cutback Scream? No, not yet. So, yeah, they all have to attack the guys ahead because they're getting attacked from behind. It's a really uncomfortable situation, but they're still pulling away from Patuca and P8. So it's not costing them yet. But the batteries have suffered over the last lap and a half.
Yeah, the Scream is in a very good spot, but no, Doom is not going to want to let him pass just because of the difference in compound. He's going to feel that would be a massive blow potentially. But Alex and Killer are basically inseparable. They seem to be just driving like each other, and then swapping the lead based on whoever gets the DRS. But Alex maybe a little bit more comfortable.
Yeah, and he's just pushed button for 2 seconds, and he's flying past Killer. I think Doom also made him do that again on the straight. As Coxie is getting really close to get dropped, as we have another yellow flag. That's Ines into the wall. Didn't even know there was a wall there. He's way out there. But yeah, trick his traction zone. Can't really do much. Is Killer gonna get back on Alex the G into the hairpin? No, doesn't want to do it yet.
Chill.
That's getting so close.
I think Chill, Wesker, and Adamako had a massive moment there because all of them were ghosted, and they are now really cut adrift. So this is a 12-man race all of a sudden, it seems.
Yeah, points are being sorted out, I think. But just everything can happen. You can see how close they are and how easy it is to run into the back of someone, lose your front wing, and it's race over. But yeah, I'm surprised they used that much ERS at points instead of just saving it. I think Scream really wants to get past. Ines that's retirement in the pit, so should be no safety cars. Alex G is not using Killer, he's using a Killer is going to fly past again on the straight, isn't he?
You would think so. I mean, what's Jim going to do? Jim doesn't seem to be that interested. I think Killer seems to be more interested. And again, I don't know. This could be quite tight, actually. Yeah.
He doesn't want it. Yeah, lifting off.
Oh, the car coming out of the pits. Keep an eye on that. That's not going to be fun.
No.
Adamako could be in trouble here. Should be fine.
Should.
Ooh, that was
just about
closer than I will. Oh, yeah. That is. I wish they'd get rid of that. It's just not a good function, but yeah, it's the safest place to retire on most tracks. This not being one of them, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't know why they just pull the car into the pits, but it's probably too complicated for Cody's to code. What do you expect? We see some people struggling now. Coxie getting past Lifeboat easily. But he's now under big pressure, especially also with the ERS advantage Lifeboat has. Really pushing him on the track, touched him on a couple of occasions. But Taupe is also just chilling in behind on his set of mediums. The question is, how long will Scream and Taupe go? Will they go hard or will they go soft? If they go hard, it's race over, I tell you.
They could very easily. inherit the world, couldn't they? The medium runners. If there is a safety car, they after the soft runners pit, what do you do? Well, then again, actually, the soft runners could probably go to the end. So maybe not. I don't know. There's definitely points of strategy that could come about with the safety car, and I think maybe the mediums might be the worst tire to be on actually this deep into the race.
Yeah, it's just a bit awkward. You really don't know what to do. If you go hard, you're slow. If you go soft late, you're gonna get undercut by 10 seconds. As Chill gets another penalty for his collection. He's battling it with Wesker for P14. So then they need something to happen in front as well.
Oh, the lines.
It's all calmed down a bit over the last lap and a half.
Yeah, Doom has got so much battery. I mean, I'd be tempted to try and get past now if I was him. He seems like he's got the gap to the screen. The screen doesn't seem to be a massive threat to him. Just go for it, even if it's just to overtake Killer.
He's probably thinking about it. Killer is almost too close now. He almost has to go for it.
Yeah.
But Schumer isn't really pushing it yet, which is smart. He's patient. But yeah, Killer's using ERS now. He wants to get it done before the braking zone. Also left. Gets it done in time. Still gets an awkward angle into turn 1. Really easy to pick up a warning. No penalties though for the top 7 yet, which is quite impressive. Oh, it's all shambles. Alex G and June coming together.
Ooh, that is not ideal. I mean, and that I was about to say, Killer is under. If he's got an engineer and they're telling them any element of battery is Dari, I think that again.
Yeah, that's number 3 hat trick for him.
But VSC. Okay, so it should be in, I would assume. Oh, actually, I
is
don't
he going
know.
to stay out long enough? If it stays as long enough, pit for mediums to the end.
I think, yeah, they're all gonna. All of the soft runners will come in. It's just a question of what you do as a medium runner. Again,
and then hope they're better in the end.
That's the. I genuinely.
I don't think it's gonna stay out long enough. I think it's just gonna get removed once they're coming in.
I think someone's gonna get caught out if they're not careful, and they're gonna commit to it, and then it's gonna go racing. Or at best they'll get a safety car ending. I mean, this looks like.
Ending.
You gotta do it. You're gonna do it. You're gonna do it.
Oh,
they're all gonna do it.
Ooh. Oh, lifeboat overtook some Cox in the pit entry. He did it. Kill him with a 5-second speeding penalty though.
Wow.
Is that legal? Was that on track or was that in pit lane? Ooh.
Oh, that's a spicy
but Cox
take.
is getting held. Derry getting a drive through. It's all happening.
They didn't benefit that much. I mean, they benefit enough, you have to say, but they haven't benefited as ultimately as you would think. I think maybe the Scream and Taupe won't be too disappointed with that, and they now get free air as well.
Yeah, the medians will definitely be over 60% in the end. Close to 70 for some guys. And they just need another VSC or safety car, and they're absolutely golden.
Yeah.
But Killer absolutely dropped it with its 5-second penalty. Even if he gets to pull away from Alex G, he's absolutely shafted Cox in the pits. Not gonna lie, that put a little bit of a smile on my face, but we'll not drowse too much in the past. But yeah, the double stacking, of course, an issue here. But I have to say, if that move was legal from Lifeboat, move of the season already.
Yeah, it was very, very committed. I mean, the funny thing is, there's a 21-second gap now between Killer and the people out in front. That obviously he has got an advantage from it, but like you said, it's almost a perfect kind of trade-off because of how warm those mediums are going to be at the end. Are they going to hang on? And how much of an advantage will the Scream and Taupe have?
Yeah, undercut will be huge though. Killer and Alex G now probably going to do a double overtake on the Mako. And I just noticed Troom went hard. Interesting. Oh, Alex G just gets past Killer as well. Oh, it's all shambles again. So Zoom wants to get past Adamako. Ooh, does he do it? No, not yet. Oh, well, the pace difference was so huge, also on the braking. So really careful on the inside. Wow, that's ambitious. Lifeboat wants to get that move done into the hairpin for sure as well.
Lifeboat is going to send it.
Nice.
Yeah,
Important move.
I think that's absolutely fine. That's really good, just really good racing. And I think Adam kind of knew the gig was up a little bit as well. But this, I mean, so there's almost three different strategies at the front now, which is fantastic for us because it just creates a little bit of intrigue because Doom is doing something different to Killer and Alex. And then we've obviously got the Screaming Taupe.
Oh, Strum also gets a penalty. Alex the G and Lifeboat are really looking good against the Scream and Taupe right now, if it stays like that on penalties. But yeah, it's just all going to depend on safety cars and traffic.
I mean, it's interesting. We didn't have one in D3, and I mean, I almost feel like you have to commit a hell of a thing here to find a wall. I mean, turn 1, I think you can find one if you get the corner horrible. Yeah, turn 4. It's pretty hard to find. I mean, especially in Sector 3, there's no walls. It's all just grass, right? Like.
Yeah, but in D2 there's always a helping hand and you finding a wall. So, it's gonna happen at some point. But let's see. Still clean racing so far, more or less. With hectic at points. Yeah, let's keep an eye on the gap. It's now 18 seconds already from Killer to Scream. So undercut it's like 2 seconds a lap. So, and I think the softs are not going to be that good in the end. So they need something to happen. But Alex G chilling with his battery, Lifeboat as well. They have a really good shot at this now.
Yeah, I'd like to see someone like Luke or Liam now do something a bit mad. Stick on the softs or something. Try and get an undercut to a safety car point or something. Would be my probably terrible advice. In fact, I'm almost certainly terrible. But Taupe does pit.
Chill and Petruka. What? Taupe is pitting. Oh, he's going medium hard. He's bottled it. All right. Yeah. That's a good old battle for P13 with those guys involved. Wesker getting pushed on the final corner by Petruka. He's Chill gonna perform a double overtake. The world has never seen such a thing before. Oh, he's not committing to it.
Oh,
Come on,
no.
5 quid if you do it. Oh, I can't do it yet. Good move for Petruka. Gets the move done.
Oh, nice. So, Taupe comes out. The one good thing is he has come out on a bit of free air.
10 seconds behind.
Absolutely incredible. I mean, this is brutal for these guys. They're on the worst tyres. I think the Scream is better. The way I see it, and surely he's going to have to think this as well, he's going to see where Taupe's come out and gone, he has no chance to win the race. Why would I pit? As talking to people that have no chance to win the race, Chill is round in Sector 2 at the hairpin. Unfortunately, our D3 champion not doing too good as Killer gets past AJU, and that could be massive. Alex is pushing him round that corner. And this is lovely because we're going to start seeing some natural roadblocks come around, which we had in Japan last week, which caused absolute chaos, may I add. I mean, Alex is
costly on the battery.
Why is he fighting it so hard? Oh, as Lifeboat is caught up to the back already. Darry 5 seconds in the pit lane. Is that a return?
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
He had the absolute shocker of a race. 3 times crash in Sector 3. Shum gets past offside. Lifeboat, that should be an easy move. The tire advantage is so big. Killer has gained 7 seconds in 3 laps to Scream. As you said, Scream, like we did in Division 1, just has to stay out and hope for something to happen. Otherwise, he's going to be in nowhere to get the Taupe as well. So, yeah, you really wanted to start on soft, incident-free race. If that's the case, as True also gets past AJU. Easy moves even in the middle sector for them, so True is hanging on quite nicely for now as well. But he's going to be in trouble if he makes one little mistake. He might drop out of the DRS and then it's game over for him.
Yeah, and I think Alex, I mean, it's interesting because Alex, I would say, is still, obviously he's the favourite for the race because of Killer's penalty, but he also looks to be the quickest on the track, although Lifebout is sticking with him and he's got the most battery, so not all over.
Yeah, might be between these two for sure. Portuguese Beast though, he's having a shocker as well. Like, I thought goes a bit wide, that must have been a warning for him as well. But yeah, Alex G has so much race pace, seems to have so much grip. He stays so easily with Killer, and they're gonna catch up to Luke soon, so... Is he gonna defend like a lion for his teammate? Probably gonna be a hard task to do, but probably give his best shot. And is he gonna split that DRS train behind him? That's probably the biggest question.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, you've got to think, the Scream, yeah, he's done the right thing. I mean, hindsight's a wonderful thing, but Tope is going to be really frustrated. I mean, it's got to the point now where if a safety car come out, probably everyone pits, realistically. And then you're now, he's 11th. You know, there's no situation other than obviously the guys that are going to come in and pit, but Luke, you'd probably get cross Liam and Luke and obviously also Nova and AJU, but realistically, he's going to be miles behind the others.
Yeah, it's all looking a bit of a impossible situation. Alex G now getting past Killer, who didn't get the DRS. So Alex could use this as an opportunity to escape as well. Let's see how they manage the traffic. Tope is so far back. He's still 4 seconds behind Coxie as well, almost.
Yeah, and Lifeboat.
And do you also have the beautiful sound glitch?
Oh, yes, I do a little bit. But Lifeboat also, because of that DRS, and I think he didn't benefit as much of it as it. He's doing really well actually. He's staying within that, but he's feeling a little bit of pressure. He needs to make sure he stays within that second, but yeah, it's looking probably quite likely.
Alex G is preparing the overtake into the next corner. He used a bit of battery on exit. Is he gonna dive it down the inside? No, he's not. He takes it cautiously. Oh, Chill did the assat. Marshall saved the car. Scream is gonna pin on instead of soft.
Scream. Tope. A penny for Tope's faults. I mean, this is just a slam dunk. Surely. This is easy, no? It's gotta be
behind though. I think the undercut was so big.
Cross Liam is gonna obviously pit, as is Luke. Alex stays out. I'm surprised not one of the media. Why aren't one of these guys gambling? If I'm June, if I'm June, I might have gambled there. Because everyone else behind, right?
Car.
Yeah, true.
What Scream is going on hard?
Oh my life!
He has 4 fresh soft and he goes on hard. So shoot me in the face, man. He just dropped this potential win there. Maybe he can do something with it, but yeah, those hearts are pain. So
I mean, they're gonna be better.
Liam softs.
Yeah. Are they gonna? Oh no, that's a nightmare. Are they gonna have some level of parity with 7-lap-old mediums? It's getting close, surely.
Let's see what he can do, but I can tell you the mediums are still quicker after 15 laps.
Wow.
Than Hearts with 15 laps. But well, he has fresher Hearts, but still, it's. Catching 5 seconds is going to be hard. He needs them to fight. That's the Portuguese Beast into the pits as well. Yeah, that's not the home Grand Prix he wanted, and it's only 14 left now.
Yeah, I mean, let's keep an eye on Luke. Look, that's fun. You know, he's obviously the only one with the. So unfortunate for him. He's had a really unfortunate race in that one, but he's probably the only one who's picked the strategy that has worked under the circumstances. It's just unfortunately for him, his race hasn't gone to plan. But he is catching, and I have a suspicion that he may well get 1 or 2 people that he probably shouldn't. If he overtakes Tope, I mean, Tope's going to be absolutely livid, because he was miles clear of him. Oh, Killer with a massive mistake. Oh no, it was Alex. It was Alex with a mistake, and Killer gets past.
Or does he? On the outside, thinks about it, yeah. And that's the kind of situation Scream needs more of. He's just gained half a second almost through that.
Yeah.
He needs a bit more of that, then he maybe gets a bit closer to the end, and then he will have an advantage, but it's just hopeful thinking. Lifeboat chilling on his full battery. donate some to Mr. Killer in front on a mere 20%. But yeah, the pressure's getting to them, and it's getting feistier as Alex actually loses quite a bit of time there. Should be able to stay with him, cool his tires down, and reset.
Ooh,
Ooh, lifeboat.
Sajum. Yeah, this is crazy. That's a really big error from him. And now the screen. Look, I mean, the funny thing is, if the screen is getting closer, but Alex should make very light work of this, surely. He's using a bit of overtake, literally a second of it, just to have that little bit of burst. They're almost kind of working as a peloton, these two, you have to feel, don't you? Like in a cycling race.
Yeah, if you order a peloton from Wish, maybe, if they keep pushing each other and make those mistakes, it's not the most ideal situation, but yeah, you can work together quite nicely. They're costing each other time though by running so close in the middle sector. Lifeboat lost the DRS, so he has to waste absolutely 30, maybe 20% of ERS to catch back up. So that was costly for him at the moment. I can't even hear the cars anymore, which is so bad. So Scream is getting closer to Lifeboat. He's still getting a little bit further away from the leaders. I just don't see it happening.
BJU with a move on Cross Liam, who is on soft, so he's having an absolute nightmare out there as it stands. But hopefully, if they're listening, it's worth staying out. I know you probably feel a little bit marooned, but one or two more retirements and you're in the points. So.
Yeah, and I'm thinking another safety car's not too far out there. Let's see where this goes. Now Luke now inside the DRS if he doesn't mess this up with Petuka. Let's see, 9/10 back. Is he gonna get into turn 1? As Alex G and Killer swap again. Yeah, classic. Don't need to watch that anymore. So Luke 8/10 back. 7. Make that 7. Make that 6.
He's not gonna push.
Look how strong the DRS is though with Slipstream. 6/10 gain from last corner to turn 1. So you need to dispose of him as quickly as possible now.
Probably makes sense to get a good exit here. I mean, I'd have probably took a bit more of a switchback line there and then pressed here, which is kind of what he's done, but not really.
Petuka defending.
Oh, wow.
Lovely that. Oh, I'm gonna copyright claim him for that move. Oh, no, not for this one. A bit harsh. Well, Petuka defending with 10 bolt hearts is a bit ambitious, but he's entitled to do it.
Yeah, but absolutely.
Yeah, he's never gonna defend from fresh softs. And Lifeboat is still not caught up that much. He's on 50%. That one single mistake cost him 50% of ERS, and screaming down his neck. But it's all gonna get closer and closer. Alex G probably re-overtaking Killer on this straight again. They're almost dropping Joom as well.
Yeah, and I mean, how frustrated are you if you are the Scream? You're just going to see, and he must be pushing. Not massively. I mean, he's losing 2 temps down that straight. He's probably losing at least a temp and a half down the next one. So even if he's quicker, he's not able to show it because he's not 4 temps quicker, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the lap times. His last laps are really good though. Yeah, about 4/10 quicker per lap at the moment, Scream.
Wow.
Obviously the hearts are also gonna go through like a sort of midlife crisis where they drop and then come back suddenly again. It just needs a sniff of DRS, and he's not too far off. Look,
no, he's not.
Yeah, we might have questioned him as Wesker, who ties in the pits as well.
There you go, Liam.
You probably just need to finish the race and then you score some points.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is really on a knife edge. I mean, he's finding pace out there, and he's finding a lot of it. He just needs to keep that battery. He needs to conserve. He needs to make sure that he's going to have something to get these guys with, because they're not going to make it easy. And he's in. Wow.
He's in. Wow. Okay, we have to apologize after the race. Let's see how this goes. Yellow flags. That's the retired car. Goes to the infield, beautiful stuff. Alex G lifting, saving his battery. Killer is not concerned about this battery. So, Screaming an P3 at the moment. Definitely got a better ties than Joom. Oh, as they go really deep into turn 3. Troom is not enjoying those hearts. He's now in the middle of crisis phase, so
Yeah.
he's struggling quite a bit. Lifebot thinking about that dive bomb. And Scream is just bit by bit getting closer without wasting ERS. I think Alex and G knows it. They may also be in a party, the Germans, but yeah. My top two is still on.
It is, and I mean, Killer and Alex, you would think they've got people in a party that are telling them, yeah, the guy that we told you not to worry about, yeah, worry about him. He's in 5th, so you need to stop this kind of dance and maybe actually try and fight each other, because otherwise you could end up winning the whole thing, which is incredible. I can't believe it. Yeah. And Luke really hasn't. Luke isn't as quick as the Scream on this track on this day, but he hasn't made as many inroads as I thought he might make, actually. The Scream is all over. He's all over the back. He seems to have got...
So much more grip.
Yeah, there's no real ambition there, though. But Life... What it might cause is Life about to make a hasty lunge on June at some point.
Oh, Scream down the inside! Oh, no. Absolute shambles. Yeah, that was a war crime and a half. He should just let that position go if he doesn't want to get ring forwarded. They're both pushing, and then they lost the DRS again to the guards ahead, which are also really just pushing each other on the hairpin. Scream is somewhere off into the Algarves.
I mean,
just misjudged the braking, which is quite easy to do on fresh tyres. Some of them made it through without damage, but yeah, that's definitely forward-worthy, I think.
Yeah, it wasn't a loss. Do you know what? Depends how they view it, but definitely not great as an incident. But weirdly, it might kind of be neutral. I don't think it necessarily has cost them masses, because they've managed to actually already catch 2 temps, 3 temps back into that train. And again, it depends on how they view it. I'm certainly not one of the stewards, I'll tell you that for free. As Alex G,
he's pushing. Yeah,
he looks like he is in the mood, and he is going to use, and if he has some sense, if he's got someone in a party with him, someone will be telling him after probably the next, just go for it, just absolutely go for it now. You've got a buffer of 2 people with a penalty, start using it.
Yeah, Lifebot is squeezing the battery as well. Still preventing Scream from overtaking, so it's F122 all over again. The DRS trains are back. So hard to overtake if the guy had used DRS and not wasting yourself. I was also thinking Alex that you might just that's a warning and a half.
Oh, that nearly was.
Losing the back end. But Scream has to be careful, his hearts are going to drop soon. To not get called out either as well.
Do you think he was thinking about trying to gap Killer there, and then he's almost... Yeah. And now he's probably going to just back off for another couple of laps and just live and probably do the dance all over again. If anything, let Killer come back a little bit closer to you, let him do it, and then do it in 2 laps' time. I wouldn't surprise me if that's the plan, but it doesn't seem... I don't know, it's an awkward gap, isn't it, 5 temps? It seems to be about 6 temps you gain down this straight.
Yeah, it's really awkward. As Lifebot now pushes the battery a bit. He's tempted to go for Droom, who's not pushing his battery. Oh, it's also close. Alex G now has a buffer of 2 guys with penalties, of course, behind him. It's just also awkward. Oh, it's happening in turn 3 again. And now the Scream needs to get past Lifebot. This is now or never. He has the battery to do it. Lifebot is defending with his battery. Oh, this is not going to end well. Oh, Lifebot on the inside of Droom.
That is a send.
As well. Oh, Scream no! The switchback didn't work.
Oh, yeah. I tell you who you don't rule out for a podium here, and this is crazy to say it, is maybe Luke. With the penalties, if he can catch these guys, if they keep taking it to the streets, you just don't know. If it's Killer and June that are doing it particularly, you should be able to dispatch Goxie.
Once again shows how dangerous switchbacks can be on this track. You just go a bit too early on throttle end.
Yeah.
And that's that. No contact. Just a few traction loss.
Battle for the last points place. They're taking it to the streets in the same corner as well. It seems to be a bit of an action point, the first corner in Sector 2. And Crossland does get past AJU, which is really interesting because he actually had less pace in the beginning of that stint and now seems to have developed some as Alex does the dance. Now, will he push? Oh, sorry, Killer. Sorry, gets past. Apologies, Killer gets past. So at some point, Killer's not got. He's handcuffed. His battery is completely and utterly wrecked. So he can't do what he wants to do, which I assume is he's gonna hope and pray for a big Alex mistake because Lifeboat is almost a perfect. Well, he was a perfect amount of time behind, but he seems to have got a much better run through there.
Yeah, Lifeboat is looking good for a P2, but Alex G is playing this really nicely with his battery. Only using it when really necessary, as again the battle for the last place is going on. As Adrian now flies past, uses a different kind of track layout, but we'll not go over that too much. Killer D-rating already before this raid even begins. He's going to be a sitting duck. So what is Lifeboat going to do now? Is he going to save ERS until the last lap? Is he going to put some pressure on now? Does True have some tires left and Scream 5 seconds back? He could get Killer if Killer, with his 5-second penalty obviously, he could get P4, maybe P3 if he can get into 3 seconds of June, but that's going to be a bit ambitious maybe.
Tell you what, Luke will really need Coxey to lose DRS, and he has, I think.
Yep. Ooh,
yeah, he has. Yeah, exactly. So that's a massive, massive win for Luke. So now I think that was almost a perfect storm. If he'd have been in a DRS train with a compound worse, one after another, he probably wouldn't have been able to get anywhere near Doom and particularly Killer, depending on what happens at the end. So don't rule Luke completely out of it. It's going to still be a hell of a task, and he's going to have to get past almost Coxey and the Scream incredibly efficiently.
Yeah, if you Scream and Luke can boost themselves a bit towards the front, they're both not out of the podium places yet. But the mediums are now already 17 laps old as well, so they'll be in the 60s probably now, 60% plus. So they also have to worry a little bit maybe. So Droom is on a good set of tires, but obviously with this penalty, can't really do much about it. Lifeboat saved a lot of ERS now the last 2 laps.
Interesting.
I'm not really pushing Alex G whatsoever, just making sure he has some battery to fight with, but still 30% down on Alex. It's going to be hard to make that up. Do we see another pass for the lead? Don't think so. It's going to be a late decision. Nope, lifting off once again, saving a bit of battery. And Luke is getting past Coxey quite easily. Had to use some ERS though, but he's now right behind his teammate.
Yeah, and the Scream is now losing, isn't he? He's losing big time to the guys ahead. That DRS train is now hurting him enough, and he, like you said, he's entering that midlife crisis period of the tyres. So, Killer. Ooh, as Doom just, I don't know, the lines through that corner, I think, almost create chaos. It seems like everyone has a different variant on it.
Yeah, and depending which assist you use, you can brake a bit later than others, and
Yeah.
the wings also have quite a big effect on the braking for offside, and Petuka spawned the battle out of nowhere as well for P9. Petuka on 18 lap old hearts as well. He pitted under that first VSC as well.
Yeah, I think Petuka had a moment there because I don't recall them being massively close. Maybe I'm wrong, but yeah, Alex obviously has this largely under control, but don't rule out Lifeboat.
Look at Droom, he's so close. He was so much
Go
more
for
grip
it.
now. If he didn't have the penalty, he would have been in a decent position. Now is the time for you to use the battery, my son.
Yeah.
Oh, Lifeboat not defending with the battery.
Wow.
Just about squeezes past.
What a view.
Alex you down the inside. And now Droom wants to get past Killer as soon as possible. I think it's a bit too late to break away, but just put some pressure on Alex the G as well.
Go for it. I mean, you might as well. You've got tons of battery. Go for it.
He's not. It, though.
It seems like they're all consigned to their fate, but I almost kind of, and I don't mean this meanly, because I've got a lot of time for both Killer and Doom. I kind of want to see Luke get past the Scream and just make a sneak attack, effectively. But I think he's running out of time and tyres, isn't he, realistically?
Yeah, I'm just checking if Droom after his penalty hasn't picked up a single warning, and he picked up one lap 1. So maybe he can get that one removed. Let's just
Yeah,
wait and
maybe.
see. So count him in for the victory, at least on track, and then it's all in Stewart's hands, which is a scary thing to happen. So leads are really close. Oh, threw him into the back of Killer, almost impregnates him there. Lifeboat a bit too far away, but Shum with his battery advantage, that should be an easy pass on Killer. Killer gonna derate onto the straight. And Shroom into net P3 without penalties P2. Is he gonna get Alex G as well?
Wow.
Thinking about it. Not quite. He's gonna go for the last lap. Luke finally gets past Scream. Bit too late for them, but still a decent team result for McLaren if they can get into the line.
Right, well, now this is really interesting because Luke is now up there. Now Luke is going to be in the view of Killer. If he was for a split second before. They're going to see those soft tyres. They're not going to know necessarily how long they've been on for. They probably can work it out fairly easy if they've got an engineer. But that might start to create a little bit of haste in the mind of someone like Killer who's got 5 seconds. June probably isn't that fussed. Even he might be a little bit flustered by that and go for something on Alex.
Yeah, on to the last lap though in a bit. 1 sector and a lap to go. Are we gonna see any DRS chicken? Drew must really, he has the grip. Again, we blamed him for the harsh, but that stint is so long, 20 laps already on the tyres. He's going back into it. Yeah, he can follow closely. Alex G either has to play some DRS games or he's just gonna be vulnerable, and that's a game over for him. Yeah, look at the pace advantage. Alex G not even using the battery.
Wow.
So he wants to go for a re-attack maybe somewhere. Now he's using a bit. He tries to re-attack straight away. Oh, that would have been a strategy and a half. Look at the slipstream. Oh, let's just bunch up a little bit. He probably thinks, okay, I don't have to fight you. He's got a penalty, but he can get a penalty removed, I'm pretty sure.
Maybe, yeah. Like you said, if he doesn't pick up another one, and he gets a little bit closer there for my liking, but I don't think he did get a warning. But push, can you get 2 seconds, maybe even to Killer? Killer's really struggling. Go for it. Keep pushing, and that's the big thing here. Killer is in real danger here of potentially losing 5th. The Scream could be his biggest friend, bizarrely, because the Scream is all over the back of Luke.
Yeah, Alex G definitely too far away now. I'm still battling for the last place. I will come on board for that later. Can Luke get within that 5 seconds? I don't think so. He's probably past his tyres right now. Scream also a bit too far away, and I think it's just gonna be all the way like this to the line, unless anything strange happens out the last corner. Shroom makes the strategy work, as we see dive bombs into the airpin again.
I tell you what, he's got the 2 seconds on Killer. I'm convinced. And Alex is going to come over and win the race, but I think Joom is going to pip him. He does.
Well, yeah, Joom had 3 seconds and Killer at 5.
Of course, apologies. I had to thought it was the other way around. Oh, tried to create some drama. Didn't work. Whoops, today.
Oh, the McLaren's so close to Killer though. 4/10 and 3/10.
That is incredible. I tell you what, I think Killer and Alex, well, particularly Killer, Alex won't have been that first, but Killer would probably be a bit shocked. If someone wasn't in his ear on his team telling how crucial that was, they need to... What team's in nowadays? QBR? Oh, yeah, probably makes sense. Only half the organisers are QBR, so I'm sure that will go down really well. In fact, probably more than half of them. But yeah, no, that was fun. There was deviance and strategy. There was all sorts of... As much as people don't love this track traditionally, as this sounds of it is absolutely atrocious. Sometimes people give this track a bit of a bad rep, but I think this game has kind of rejuvenated it a little bit. I don't know if you agree.
Yeah, and it's of course it's not over yet. I'm just gonna DM and Shroom really quickly to see if I can get a response on if he can get a penalty removed or not. That race is not finished yet. It's gonna be finished in the stewards room in about 1 week's time. But at the moment it's Alex G with a quite flawless, quite strategic race, making the mediums last quite long. But that race was Scream's race, wasn't it? Until the happenings happened.
I think it was. And I mean, for the fact... I mean, look how close Luke got. If Scream did what Luke did, he's probably winning that race by about 15 seconds. It's absolutely crazy. But Yeah, I don't know. Really good result for Alex. Really good result for Lifebout and obviously Doom. But Killer really sticking in there. But Lifebout, I tell you what, from 11th on the grid to come to second, they're the kind of performances that win you championships. It's not about how good you are on your good days. It's sometimes how much, particularly in D2, not necessarily in D1, you've just got to be the best, but in D2, D3, and D4, it's about limiting your worst days. And that could have been a lot worse for him than it actually was when you compare it to someone like Chris, who started third and ended up 19th.
Yeah, we obviously have to find out what happened to Chris and his issues as well. Just yeah, he was in that battle as well. Quite a shame we lost him early on. But Portugal delivered, Division 2 delivered, and for once rather cleanly. Should be a smaller students report, but saying that, I've already seen stuff in chats that some people are not that happy. But yeah, interesting race that. Quite exciting.
Yeah.
Way too confusing strategies.
Well, I think that's a really good track. I think some games work better with, on the F1 series, work better with tracks and vice versa. I'm not a massive lover of Portimao, but I think the strategy deviance there is really cool.
Yeah, it creates some kind of a conclusion at the end of the race with all the strategies coming together. Bit of a shame that some people bottle it with the strategies and some random virtual safety cars happening. But truly, yeah, we need more tracks like this where tires actually make quite a big difference. And quite big steps in tire differential as well, C0s, C3s. I think we won't have that exciting tire allocations for Spain next week, but quite enjoyable this one.
Yeah, no, really good one. Really enjoyed it. I'm gonna have to run, so I'm not gonna be able to do any kind of interview. So apologies to the guys, because my dinner is basically ready. Any final thoughts from yourself, Mr. NSX Montana?
One last thought: Troom doesn't think he can get a penalty removed, so I think we can award Alex G as the official winner, kinda. Otherwise, I really enjoyed my first commentary with you. Never thought
Yeah,
that would happen in 5 years ago. But yeah, enjoyable. Hope I can join you sometime again this season,
yeah,
and
hundred
I will
percent.
let you get you to do your dinner.
Absolutely. Thank you, everyone, and we'll see you next week.
See ya.